to Simon from the Brackets here at South OC Cars and Coffee. Great turnout this morning. We had the Porsche Club of San Diego. We're going to have a look in a minute as those guys left us this morning on their way to the Peterson Museum. But great to have it. Over 26 Porsche, plus everybody else that joined us as well. So let's swing the camera around and have a look. Okay, so a big thank you to Victoria from the Porsche Club of San Diego for organising the crew. We've got GT3s, we've got 930s, we've got some older 911s, newer 911s, Carmen Gears, Caymans, Boxers, a bit of everything. So thanks very much for joining us, guys. We look forward to you joining us again next time. Then we have my Camaro, James's Camaro, Pete's beautiful 930, and then next to it a beautiful GT3 in agate grey, which is the colour that Pete is actually getting very soon. And another Porsche. So many this morning, so great to see. Got one over there as well. And another one here. Next to it, a really beautiful classic little 356. Great looking little car. The colour on that. Next to it, another little one, beautiful. Another one, 914. Okay, over on the other side, we've got this beautiful little TR6. Hey, another little Porsche, another one here. Corvette. Lifted truck. Got some little Baja bugs along here. Row of them, looking good. So much attention to detail on the suspension on these guys. Look at this. Really nicely done. Beautifully engineered. Let's have a look at this one over here. I mean, check out the wheels. Detail on them. These things should not be underestimated in terms of the engineering on them. Just incredible. It's an Ecotec engine in the back, so not your average diesel engine, that's for sure. Look at that in there. This is a serious vehicle. Awesome. Next to it, really nice looking 56 Chevy, looking really cool. Ford truck. And then a really interesting little vehicle that's been around for years. Check this out. So a small block Chev in a go-kart. Look at those. Quad Weber side drafts on it. Just absolutely insane. Check out the Autometer Procom TAC. Just crazy. So recommendation, keep your finger away from the ring gear when it's running, huh? And I don't know about you, but I love the idea of having my headers run up against my gas tank. Just seems to be a really good mix. Next sort of beautiful car from the guys from Superformance. This wonderful looking Corvette. Check it out. Just really nicely done. Lingenfelder engine in it. Just really nicely done. Incredible car. Next to one of their Superformance Shelby Cobras. This one is actually built for Shelby themselves. So whereas Superformance do their own versions, this is one that Shelby actually get them to build on their behalf. Everything is authentic, including the gauges. You can tell if you look at a regular Superformance, you'll see that the gauges will either be Smiths or Stuart Warner, depending on the period correct gauges that were meant to be used in that particular one. This particular vehicle is so authentic that it actually has Shelby gauges, and it has a different the chassis, all the subframes different on it as well, as is the engine. It's actually running a Shelby engine as well, so very cool. Next to it, an AMG, but not your regular AMG, running a bit of extra work under there, obviously. Supercharger on that, looks great. Porsche again, Belvedere, great looking 426 on there running those twin carbs. Now, Hunter, come over here and tell us about your license plate. This is Hunter. You guys may know him from doing some pretty awesome photography. This is the very first. I don't want to steal your thunder. Tell us about it.
This is the very first digital license plate in the world. One of the first ones to have it on a car. It's made by a company called Reviver Auto. This is their R plate. It looks really cool. but it's got a lot of cool tech. The first thing that it does is it replaces LoJack, which a lot of cars have, so I can do GPS locate and report this car stolen. But you can go online, you pay your registration with a DMV, it updates it right away.
That's great.
So it's really cool, and at night it glows, so this is the future right here.
And I guess one of the things they could do as well, if your car got stolen, it could be updated immediately to say
on my
stop.
app, well, I get notified if there's any movement on my car, and I can click report stolen, and it will flash report, call 911.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, I can hook it up with my transponder with the tolls.
Very cool.
It's really cool.
There is the future right there, sitting on the back of this really beautiful looking CTSV with that great looking wrap as well. Love what you've done to this car, Hunter. It's awesome. And the wheels, they're special as well, aren't they?
Race Tech did these. They're forged. They weigh about 19 pounds each. We shaved about 5 pounds off each wheel.
Wow.
This is a 10-inch in the front, 11 in the back, running 305s. So super sticky, the Michelin Pilot 4Ss.
Very cool. On a 19-inch rim as well. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, thanks, mate. Look, good to hear about it. So, very cool. Next to it, really pretty looking Lamborghini Superform. I can't even say it properly. Performante. There we go. My Italian's not so good, but my appreciation of Italian is. Love this colour. Love this colour. Isn't that just beautiful? This grey just suits it so well. Next to it, a Mustang. Next to it, Jay's Ford GT. Next to another Mustang. And another one with that Kenny Bell Roberts. Beautiful changing colour Celine. And as we move down through here, another Mustang, a couple more down through there. Always great to have this this lineup of vehicles along here. Okay, as we come through here, down to the end, we've got a interesting Rolls Royce here. Look at this. Running an old Alpine graphic equalizer from about 1986 from memory. I used to sell those. So great looking Rolls Royce.
Thank you.
And as we come through here, a beautiful looking Pontiac, and then this very cool Ford truck. Don't you leave before a Chevy truck. Sorry, what am I saying? Wash my mouth out with soap and water.
Yeah, don't say.
I don't know why I said. I was looking at the Mustang as I said that. Don't go anywhere. I want to come back and do this as car of the week. Okay. Mustang, another Mustang. Focus. A Charger, another cool Mustang. Got a little Evo leaving here, and also a little Golf behind it. Another Mustang here. Not every day that you see two of them in exactly the same green sitting side by side. Very cool. 65 Riviera, two Rivieras side by side. Quad clamshell headlights there. C7, another C7 Z06 here. Great little Datsun 2000. How cool is that little thing? What a little beast. There was a time not that long ago where people would overlook these cars and not appreciate what they were really worth. Now they are making a revival, which is awesome. El Camino, very cool. Good morning, gentlemen. Really nice looking Rambler, American. We've got John's Thing. Great looking thing at that. Next to a Corvair, of course the car that single-handedly changed the American automotive laws, because the thing was so prone to swapping ends. Another little Baja Bug next to another one here. Great little Carrera over there, swapping over to this side. Really nice looking Mercedes convertible next to another one. Love the colour of this thing. Isn't that great? Looks so cool sitting there, especially with this sort of contrasting trim in this sort of oxblood colour. Looks great. Love the wheels that actually match the colour of the car. Very cool. Very cool. Next to a C7. Great to see so many parents out here with their kids. Really good to see. C7 next to a really great looking Blazer running a 350 Chev. Lotus. Mustang.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The Volkswagen bus here, as we call them in Australia, the combis. Corvette. Next to a H3 Hummer. Mitsubishi. Jeep. Grand Wagoneer. Don't know if you guys saw the latest episode of Wheeler Dealers, but they did a Wagoneer recently. Looked very, very cool. Next to a Jeep. Next to a Jeffrey's Jeep, and this row of the guys here, once again, Serious Engineering. This one running a LS3 motors you used obviously in the Corvette and also the Camaro. Another Jeep here, another one here. Good to see a bit of mud all over them. Mustang Falcon running that six-cylinder Firebird. That's a regular here running that John DeLorean designed 215 horsepower 230 cubic inch engine. Little TR3 Triumph running those twin SUs. Another old Ford Falcon. Another one here running a 289. Another thing with an arm hanging out the back. And then swapping over to the other side, we've got a CLK 55. Little Beetle, interesting colour scheme. WRX. El Camino, great looking little MGB. This particular one running a 5-speed and a supercharged engine, which is kind of cool. E-Type Jag running an engine transplant. 69 El Camino running a big block. Mercedes, another Jeep here. M5, serious stance on this little Volkswagen here. Fiat Aardvark for sale. Jasmine and James. Another Camaro Hellcat C7. A Challenger, another Charger Hellcat there. Really nice looking little authentic Porsche here. Looks great with that black with that red interior. Very cool, very nicely done. And then onto a really cool looking truck sitting here. International Harvester, great looking green colour. Check it out, isn't that good? And the air conditioning on the floor. What? Henrietta inscribed at the door. What a great looking thing. Once again, International Harvesters haven't necessarily had the recognition up until recently. You know, people were after things that Mike put it well on Wheeler Dealers the other day when they were doing the International Harvester Scout. You know, people were looking for FJ Land Cruisers. Then they started looking for the Broncos, and now the International, particularly the Scout, is coming into fashion. But this is kind of cool because you don't see one of these every single day. So very cool, great to see. As we move over this side, we've got a Revero, a couple of these lined up. Of course, the car that was started by Fisker and then unfortunately went under and then revived by Revero. Really interesting looking car. Chevy truck, running a small block Chevy in there, really nicely done. Over to this side, we've got a slew of Lexus, if you can say that. Got 3 blue ones in a row, grey, black, silver, white, and then one of the older ones sitting there, and then a very cool race spec one, some serious aero and carbon fibre on this guy, and really interesting stance, very cool. BMW running a wrap, little AMG, bigger AMG, another Lexus here, and then Montclair, one of this high-tech hood holder up here. Somebody cut the handle off their shovel. Look at that Mercury engine under there. How cool is that? The size of the air cleaner, probably oil filled. Audi S4, Audi, another S4 here. Corvette. BMW. Row of BMWs along here, great to see. Little M3 there, which is kind of cool. And then an M4 here. A little Scion FRS. And then Honda Camaro Gen 5, this Woody, lowered old Chevy, Bonneville, great old Pontiac, this old purple hot rod here, white interior. Somebody's put a lot of TLC into that. Little Miata, new Miata, Lexus, BMW, Bruce's Chevy truck here. I love the window, the windscreen that tips out on this thing, looking really, really cool. Welcome, guys. Thank you for bringing it out. Another Lexus here. Veloster. The toe strap on the front. Check this little guy out. Fiat. No badging on it, but I believe it's the little 124. I could be wrong. 124 might have been smaller actually. Corvette. Another aardvark. Scion. Toyota. Got a line up of them along here. The Scion. Toyota. Z-Car. Some carbon fibre fenders and hood on that car. 997 Turbo. Another Porsche here. So move up this way. We've got a Honda, BMW, another BMW, another BMW, another BMW. Mustang over this side. Older E55 AMG, great engine in those cars. M4 BMW. Toyota sitting here with the hood up. I think they're probably showing us they've got a aftermarket air cleaner and silicon pipe there. BMW. And it's cool, you know, these guys are wrenching on their cars themselves, and you know, that's what this place is all about. We are not trying to set up any sort of elitist attitude. If people are working on their cars and they're doing it in a safe manner, maybe not the safest way to do it, but still good to see people actually having an interest in cars and not being afraid to work on them themselves. And that's the trouble with a lot of new cars. There are a lot of scary things about them, a couple of Subarus there, but you know, I must admit, when I started working on modern cars, I was a bit, I found it a bit daunting, but you know what? Once you start pulling them apart, there may be more going on inside of newer cars and older cars, but it's still the same basic principles. Look, old Firebird there with a 400, real survivor car. A Cougar. You can see how they sort of shared their style with the Mustang in the same era. Really nice looking Jaguar there, nice colour too. Challenger, Charger, Audi, BMW, Mustang, and then jumping over to the other side. Got Corvette, another Corvette. Miata, and then a El Camino. And then a Mercedes next to an Acura NSX, and then on this side we've got a couple of trucks up there. Looks like a Bronco and a old Ford F-Series. Honda, another one, and another one, and then Ram. This was C300, Chrysler, and then a Challenger with a 392, and then a WRX, and the last one down there, another WRX. So that's it for another week at South OC Cars and Coffee. What a great turnout considering the weather. Big thank you to the Porsche of San Diego Club for bringing out their cars. Big thank you to Ruby's for bringing out the coffee and the donuts, and of course the outlets of San Clemente for letting us be here. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.